My latest guide, one of the 5-in-1 bundle, the guide, Heal Before You Read, plus live Q&A sessions on everything that has to do with reading trauma and why you are struggling with starting and finishing books. Hello and welcome to the Smart Short Break series. And I am Leslie Place, the confidence coach. I help you master confidence, smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. I am more than elated, excited, and delighted to be before your faces this beautiful afternoon to share with you everything that has to do with confidence, smartness, through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. Don't be here alone because we're going to be doing the live reading of the guide here before you read, and I'll be answering your questions. Now, some of you have sent me a couple of questions yesterday, so this is a continuation. This is actually part two of the conversation we began yesterday. Yesterday, we were able to take a couple of questions, and then there are still like over 10 that are yet to be treated and answered. And the good news is that you can also put your questions in the comment section. Anything that has to do with reading. Why are you struggling with reading? Ask busy professionals. Why can't I start and finish books? Why do I feel sleepy when I pick up books? All of those questions and concerns that you have, you can actually share them in the comment section. I will take all of the questions today. I don't do live reading every day. I don't do live Q&A sessions every day. So today is your great day. Take it. Take advantage of it. Go ahead and share this live with somebody. Do not be here alone. You share this live with somebody, you told somebody that we are here, we have begun this conversation today, and you love it already being here. And I love it for you too. All right, let's get into the conversation. I will be reading some questions that I have here. And the first question I'll be taking today, let's get right into it already, shall we? Why do I avoid reading until, okay, I took that yesterday. Team. Let's go to the next question. Okay, this question says, Dear Coach Leslie, why do I start reading but my mind keeps wandering back to work or responsibilities? Let me answer this question. The truth is that because your brain hasn't been trained to leave those wires off when reading has begun, that's why that is happening. So what's happening is that as busy professionals, there are certain wires in your brain that are wired to just think work, 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 work. so so every time you pick up books and you're in your silent, solemn moment, the first thing that comes to your mind is, why did the MD speak to me like that today? Why can't I just submit this profile that they're asking me for? So your brain is just thinking about those work wires. So the truth is that if this is happening to you, every time you pick up a book, you're still thinking, your mind keeps wandering into work responsibilities and whatnot. What's happening to you is that you've not been able to separate from your brain between work and reading time. And that's because there is some reading trauma you are dealing with. So let's say as a child, your parents made reading look like work. They didn't know. They didn't know. So you are traumatized by books. Your parents locked you up. They made it look, reading for you wasn't fun, wasn't a regular thing. So they locked you up. They put it as a work kind of thing. It was on a schedule. They were doing good. But now you are traumatized by books. So your brain can only think work even when you pick up books. But the good news is that the healing from reading trauma course, and the details is on the screen. The healing from reading trauma course is there to help you train those wires that keep going off. The healing from reading trauma course will help you to train your brain back. Hello, Ivy. So good to be here as well. Let me know in the comment section if you can see and hear me. Where are you joining me from? I'm glad that you joined it today. This course will help you to focus your reading so that your mind stays on the page, present on the page. Most of us pick up books and you can relate with it. You pick up books and then your mind strays. Your mind goes everywhere. It's not staying on the book. So the healing from reading trauma is how you get yourself to be there without jumping from one place to another. The next question for today, and hey, stay here, right? Because after taking these questions, I would take 5 minutes or a few minutes, more than that, to do the live reading of the guide Heal Before You Read. All right. Why do I feel guilty for not finishing books as fast as I used to? Dear Coach Leslie Grace, please answer. Guilt is what I sense from this question. So, dear busy professional asking me this question, what I sense, what I can perceive from this question is that there's a sense of guilt. And the truth is that anytime guilt is present, it's because there's an unmet expectation. There's an unmet expectation that you are dealing with, and that is what is resulting in the guilt that you feel. And if you feel this way, I want to say to you, it is not failure. It is a sign that your life context and your environment has changed. That's what's going on. Your reality has changed. The season of your life has changed. But your brain is still operating on old rules. Your brain still thinks you need to still read as if you have MBBS or something to catch up with. So you need to retrain your brain to know that, hey, I'm not going to read from a place of failure, force, or guilt. The healing from reading trauma course is how you break away from reading from a place of fear, force, or failure. Because in that course, you'll be able to reset those your expectations so that it can be channeled towards rebuilding your reading confidence, not towards making you feel guilty or making you feel like you're a failure or making you feel disappointed in yourself and the abilities that you think you should have been able to achieve when it comes to reading. So I hope that helped you. Let's move. Next question. Let me know in the comment section. Where are you joining me from? Let me know. Let me know. I'd love to meet you. Why do I feel like I have no mental space to read, even when I have free time? Dear Coach Leslie Grace, what do I do? To you, dear busy professional, your brain is running on autopilot. And if you can relate to this, every time you pick up a book or you think of books, you buy books. But every time you think of books, it's as if your brain has no mental space to read. So it feels like books are the inaccurate thing for you. You are in the wrong place to be with books. The truth is that what's going on with you is that your brain is on autopilot. So your brain is constantly thinking work. Your brain is constantly thinking family. Your brain is constantly thinking news, survival logistics, children's school fees. What do we do? Reading requires a calm mental space, not just 3 hours. You know what most of us do? We just slot in a 10 minutes slot or 15 minutes free time and we say, this is my reading time. Beyond the allocated reading time, what your brain needs even more is a breather, a calm environment. That's what your brain needs, basically. If your brain is still auto running, thinking school runs, maybe you're reading just 30 minutes before school runs, and your brain is thinking school runs. Did you call the driver? Oh, what you have a lunch? When they come back? Is it a swimming day? Did they swim? And all of that, you cannot read. Reading requires a calm mental space. And that's one thing the Healing from Reading Trauma course will do for you. You're having the 5-in-1 Healing from Reading Trauma bundle. And in that bundle, you have one of the guides is called the Pleasure Reading Planner. I had to make this planner to help you be able to turn reading into pleasure. Reading shouldn't be something that you are forcing yourself to do. No. We live in an age where tech is fast pacing. As we speak, somebody is thinking of the app to replace your job. And I can tell you the person doing that is a book binger. That person reads. I sat down to do my research on most of the top tech gurus, and I found out that they are such voracious readers. So you don't want to be that person. I heard from Elon Musk. I built the Tesla cars by books. I was reading about the brain behind ChatGPT. Oh, go and read about him. Go and read about him. You find out how voracious these people read. If you watch Harry Potter series, or your children happen to love Harry Potter series, have you read the story of J.K. Rowling's? Innovators are readers. So if reading trauma is stopping you, reading trauma is the reading you're struggling with reading, go and heal. The reading trauma course will give you techniques. And the details for the healing from reading trauma course is on the screen. Sorry, please. You need to heal from reading trauma so that you can use that course to create the mental space that is required for reading as a lifestyle, for reading as pleasure. Okay? Your brain is running on autopilot. Pause it. You need to create real mental breathing. A real mental breathing room so that you can progress from work into reading. So that reading can feel effortless. Most of us are doing reading as if there's an effort required. There's work required. There really isn't any work. Part of my mandate on the earth is to make busy professionals see that reading can be pleasure, can be fun. And that's what it is. And so with that, I'm giving you the pleasure reading planner, the reading reset, the from half read to half read, the this one I'm going to read today, Heal Before You Read. So 5 guides, all for free. The guides are worth over 500, and they are going to be free for everyone who takes the Healing from Reading Trauma course. Short, practicable, straight to the point. You can't find it anywhere. Okay. The next question, let me take it. Why does my focus, a busy professional sent me this question. Dear Coach Leslie Grace, why does my focus fade after just a few pages? And I'm sure you can relate to this. You pick up a book, by the time you get to page 8, the focus is everywhere. I want to say to you, if you can see yourself in this story, in this question, please, let's talk. First of all, I need you to understand that your brain is overloaded. Your brain is overloaded and attention chemistry isn't engaged. That's what's happening to you. As a busy professional, the average busy professional has a minimum of 10 to 20, some people hundreds of tabs open in their brains per minute. You are thinking of your aged grandmother that you have to pay the nanny salary by the 27th of this month. You're thinking of your younger brother whose wife is to put to birth on the 4th of February. C-session booked, and you have to be there because your mom can't travel all the way. And so both of you are in the UK, so you have to, like, a lot is going on in your life. Still the same you. You're thinking of your 4-year-old who is battling with the sight of a new child that you just gave birth to. The child is 6 months, 6 months old. Amidst all of this, you are still trying to make impact. You're trying to be a wife. You're trying to be, a lot is going on. So if you notice that your focus keeps drifting away, I mean, one of the guides I had to write for busy professional, one of the books I had to write is the Fast Flow Focus Kit. It's one of our best-selling, by the way. It's one of our best-selling books. And what that book does is that it gives you about certain areas that you have to build focus. Steps, practical steps. What and what you need to put in place to build focus that can stay. But the good news is that if you take the Healing from Reading Trauma course, when you join that course, you realize that when trauma is dealt with, focus is rebuilt automatically. Your brain begins to sustain attention naturally instead of forcing it. So you begin to realize that it becomes a walk in the park over time that your brain can stay still and focus. And don't be so hard on yourself. It is one of the side effects of the social media age. So there's something called digital dementia. There's something called mental hyperactivity. All of this came from social media. Do you notice how fast TikTok works? Have you gone to Reels? When you go to on Instagram, just go to the part where you can find Reels. You will see how many Reels are jumped at you at a time. It's part of what we're dealing with even in our brains. And that is why one of the guys I wrote at some point is to give you the book From Tech Binging to Book Binging. Because one of the things you want to do, if you want to actually master yourself, your focus as a person, as a busy professional, is to go away from tech binging. Tech binging can include TV binging, social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media. You're either a creator on those spaces or you're a consumer. So if you do not have a page where you're creating value and impacting lives, then you have no business being there and spend those number of hours that you spend daily. Because you are not just taking in junk, you are also affecting your focus negatively. You are also affecting your focus negatively. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope I've answered that question. The next question, I want to see as much as possible how I can take all this question today. Why do I feel restless holding a book instead of a phone? If you can relate, please put the comment section for me. I can relate. So I told somebody to read today. And the person said, okay, I'll do that the first 10 minutes I come in to a particular space. This is 1:20 p.m. The person has not done it. You can relate. You feel restless holding the book instead of a phone. You have the phone and it feels comfy. You don't want to leave your phone. Most of us cannot even go to the convenience without our phones in our arms. Very sad reality. Bad habits. Now, phones give immediate gratification. You find one comedy that makes you laugh. We will say it. I know my phone is how I relax after I had this work. I get it. Because phones give you immediate gratification. But you see, books demand patience. Books are how you build your mind. I saw a post by Mark Zuckerberg in 2015. And on that post, Mark Zuckerberg, do you remember Mark Zuckerberg? Yes, the Facebook Mark Zuckerberg, yeah? He said on that post, and I quote, I will be giving most of my media diet to books. And then the next thing in 2015, Mark Zuckerberg announces he'll be doing 2 books every month. Hmm. Yes, the CEO of Facebook. Yet, somebody cannot face their books because they're addicted to Facebook. Meanwhile, the CEO of Facebook faces his books. When I talk to busy professionals all the time, I keep saying to you, the question should be, why is Bill Gates doing a book a week? Are you busier than Bill Gates? I always say this, so our book bingers in our inner circle program, the book bingers, are you busier than Bill Gates? Are you wealthier than Bill Gates? Do you think that there's nothing to gain from books that a man who has been what's record of being the the wealthiest man on earth, why would he be reading so much? Why? Okay, you need to understand that books require patience. Your brain has adopted to instant stimulation. If this is you, you love to hold your phone more than to hold a book. Your brain has adapted to instant stimulation. And you are the person that should be the frontliner in this healing from reading trauma course. Is the information on the stream to join the healing from reading trauma course? So you should be in the front, on the front row for joining the Healing for Reading Trauma course. If you're just meeting me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section. Do you have any question on reading? I'm just taking questions that have been sent before now. You can put in the comment section. I will take your question. No matter how busy you are, you think that it's not possible to do a book a week, just put your question there. I will answer your question live on the stream. That's what today's live is all about. And then in a few minutes, I'll be doing a live reading of my latest guide, Heal Before You Read. So stay put. So the Healing from Reading Trauma course will make you see reading as what it is, rewarding, even though it feels slow. You see reading as how you're building speed of thoughts, even though it doesn't feel like you're building it now, even though it doesn't feel like it's giving you quick, instant rewards. I want to take this next question. Why do I think about everything else when I read? Dear busy professional that asked me this question. Your brain thinks and sees reading as non-essential compared to other urgent responsibilities. And this is largely tied to reading trauma. You were a 300 level student in school. This lecturer that doesn't come to class, don't tell him I said so, came 2 weeks to, I mean, if you study from where I studied, these things are there. He came in 2 weeks and then he gave you all in your class, one book or one handout or one document that has almost 350 pages. And he's giving you this in 2 nights to your exams. That's enough to be traumatized. You grew up where adults did not read, yet the adults around you punished you for not reading. And so somewhere in between you and your books is this resentment. You are angry. You can't wait. I mean, when you were a child, you couldn't wait to be an adult, to be free finally from books. So now that you are an adult and somebody is saying reading, you are resenting it, you're angry, you want to. So your brain actually doesn't see reading as an urgent responsibility, it doesn't see it as something that's relevant. So here's what I have to say to you. You need to register for the Healing from Reading Trauma course. The Healing from Reading Trauma course will teach you mental anchoring techniques. These techniques can keep you present, Keep your mind right on those books without forcing concentration, without fear, without failure of any sort. So you need to join the Healing from Reading Trauma course. All of you who can relate to this question, and I can see the I can relate in the comment section. All of you with this question, you need to join the Healing from Reading Trauma course. The next question: why does reading feel exhausting even when I want to read? Hmm. Exhaustion is a sign. Get busy, professional. Exhaustion is a sign. Exhaustion is a sign that your brain doesn't feel safe or rewarded in reading. Do you realize how energetic you feel after a long day's work when you come around that your child that you love? And even if that child is just 3 and the child is saying, Mommy, jump, Mommy, throw me up, you are exhausted, but you can do it. But when you see that there's something in your life, in fact, for most busy professionals, reading is the only thing in their life that they feel so exhausted that they can't even, they don't call them. If this is happening to you, it is reading trauma. Exhaustion is a signal that your brain doesn't feel safe or rewarded in reading mode. The good news is that the Healing from Reading Trauma course gives you ease with books. It makes books feel like pleasure so that reading begins to feel natural instead of draining. Most of us still see reading as draining. If you're catching replay of this video, just check the comment section. The details to join the Healing from Reading Trauma course will be there. Or if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at The Smart Speakers Academy. The Smart Speakers Academy. You'll be able to send us a DM, just send a DM HEAL, and we'll give you access to the Healing from Reading Trauma course. Or comment under this video, HEAL, HEAL, and whether you are talking about the Healing from Reading Trauma course, and you get access. The good news is that you can still get it for early bird discount of just $9,999. And if you're a book binger or a friend to a book binger or family to a book binger, or you're coming through a book binger, you get it for $4,999. And the good news is that that's the earliest price you can get, the best price. Because once the class go live, the class happens once a year. This Healing for Reading Trauma course happens once a year. If you miss it, you have to wait till next year, January, to take this course. And if you cannot wait and you want to catch the replay of this course, the original price is 35,500 naira. That's the original price. So if you come back after the class is over on the 31st of January, the class holds 29th to 31st January 2026. If you miss it, you have to buy the replay, and it's fine. Okay, if you buy the replays for 35,500, you get everything. You get the live class, you get the class replay, you also get all of the bundle, all of the 5-in-1 bundle, you get everything delivered to you for 35,500 as opposed to the early bird discount of 9,999. Okay, so you have to be in that course. Don't know. It's something that you have to take. It's something that you have to take. Who's here? I'm seeing a name that I hello, hi. Why do I procrastinate reading even though I know it's important for growth? Why do I procrastinate reading even though it's important to growth? Let me answer that question. Now, a busy professional sent me this question. The truth is that, like I said before now, your brain prioritizes what is urgent. If it's not urgent, your brain says it's not important. So because of reading trauma from your childhood, your brain just thinks that reading is something that we do in school. We do it to pass exams. So it's not important. It's not urgent. And so since I don't have exams, why am I reading? Reading trauma. You were not groomed in such a way that it was normalized in your growing up, in your upbringing, that books are a part of life. You didn't grow up seeing a library around you in your home. You didn't grow up seeing your parents, adults, other adults around you read as a norm. So that's why you're struggling. Okay. The next question. I think that's the last we can take. Oh, we still have, I think I still have like 4 questions to go. Okay. Let's see. Why do I lose interest in a book midway, even if I liked it at first? Why do I lose interest in the book midway, even though I like it at first? I'll explain. This happens when your brain perceives a book as effortful, not enjoyable. Again, that's what reading trauma does. Reading trauma makes you think that every book is a work, every book is an effort, every book is going to require a lot of you and not give you any pleasure whatsoever. So you need to heal from reading trauma because books are fun. Yeah, books are a part of your life. The way you breathe, The air you breathe doesn't feel like fun, right? But it feels like important. It feels like it's important to do because why not? Books are your brain food. You feed your physical body. How about your soul? And I hope you know that your prosperity on the earth is tied to your soul. Hey, your prosperity on the earth is tied to the prosperity of your soul. I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul. It's inside your soul. That's where your mental capacity lives. That's where your brain lives, right in your soul. So don't prosper in other areas and do not know if your soul is not prospering, your prosperity is tied there. I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul. Most of us are doing a lot. We're eating the right food, going to the gym, doing some mental exercise, some physical exercise. How about mental exercise? Reading is the topmost mental exercise. It's the topmost brain food that you need for your brain, so that your soul can prosper. Then you can now prosper. I'm not a preacher. Disclaimer. Okay. Now the next question. Dear Coach Leslie, why do I feel guilty taking time to read when I have other responsibilities? This question is given. The truth is that guilt is a learned response. I hope you know. Guilt is learned. Guilt is a where learned response from prioritizing survival over enrichment. Again, you did not grow up in a place, in a system where books were a part of nourishment. So the adults around you made you feel that you needed to read to survive. Of course, you needed to read to survive. If you don't go to school and come out with good grades, your parents throw you out of the house. So you were reading to come out with good grades so you could earn a space, a bed under your parents' roof. Because they told you clearly, if you come back with bad grades, I will lock you outside. So long as you're under this roof, you're coming at the best. Or I'm not coming for your graduation ceremony. All of those things. Our parents thought they were doing us good, but they were threatening us and they were making us know. And so today you have learned that guilt. The good thing is that when anything you learn, you can unlearn it. So the healing from reading trauma course is how you unlearn this guilt that you've learned. And in that course, you'll be able to help your brain reclaim reading as a valid, guilt-free priority. Does your brain consider reading a valid, guilt-free priority? If you go a day without reading, your brain has not mastered reading as a valid, guilt-free priority. It's not because you are busy. It's not because you are busy. Like I ask book bingers in our inner circle program, are you busier than Bill Gates? And like I always say, I always ask, are you busier? So my mentor's coach, Wendy Ologi, and I always say to myself, I'm not busier than she is. And she does 4 to 6 books a month, every year, all year round. What's my excuse? I don't have any excuse. And if you're listening to me, I go like Mondays to Fridays, 1 p.m. West African time, every single day. If you check our videos, we have over 500, maybe 600, 700 videos now to tell you how frequent our content are. Yet, I read every day. I'm a mom, CEO, business is running a lot. I'm a wife. I'm a toddler's mom. But I have no excuse. Do you know why? I've been able to heal from reading trauma and I've been able to learn and master and internalize that reading is supposed to be a valid, guilt-free priority. If you can see and hear me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You would love it being here because we go live Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. West African time and we'll do it all year round. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this live with that professional that you know that these questions we're answering now is a pain and a burden to their heart. Okay, I think I'll take the last question for today. Why do I keep abandoning books even though I enjoy them? Okay, I think I've taken this. Let's see any other book, any other question here that I haven't attended to also. Okay, all right. I think I've covered most of the questions. Some of the questions are looking alike, so I think I've answered most of the questions. So let's do the live reading of the book. The book has 5 parts, right? The book has 5 parts. Part 1, please listen. So you put in the comment section for me the part you want me to read from the live reading. And then if you have questions to ask, please put your question in the comment section. I'll be glad to take it. But let me know in the comment section, where are you joining me from? Where are you joining me from? Okay, Let's go. So the first part of the book is safety first, I beg your pardon. Part two, the mirror. Part three, the pause. Sounding nice, right? I know. Part four, storage next. Safety first, storage next. And then part five, now that you are safe. Hmm. You haven't seen anything like this. You haven't heard anything like this ever. You are the first and the best to be doing this, even though I say so myself. Yeah? Okay. Hey, Mandalina. Oh, you're here. Mandalina Mandy. So good to have you here, all the way from New York. So good to have you here. Yes, book being just understand the assignment. All right, so let me know between part one to five. Just pick a number one to five, and I'll just read it out for you and take your questions should you have any. I don't want this live to exceed 35 minutes, please. So let's cooperate. Put in the comment section the number that you want, one to five. You're welcome, ma'am. Okay, let me know one to five. Put in the comment section. I'll be leaving here in the next 5 minutes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What number are we going with? Two. Okay. Okay, two. Sue says the mirror. So I'm just going to be reading out loud. So, shall we? We shall. The mirror. You didn't struggle with reading. Please, before I do this, have you shared this live with somebody? Share this live with somebody. Don't hear it. It's free. This live session is free. It's absolutely free. That's how much value we're giving for free every single day. And usually between 30 to 35 minutes max. We don't exceed that time. So that we respect your break time. Okay? The mirror. You didn't struggle with reading because you weren't smart enough. You didn't struggle because you didn't try hard enough. You struggled because reading became a test you never signed up for, a test that whispered, do it right or you will fail. Every page became pressure, every sentence, expectation, every book, a reminder that you weren't doing it right. And your brain learned a protective move: pause, delay, abandon. This is not to punish you, not even because you are lazy. This is not because you lack focus. It's because you carried an inner voice that sounded like everyone else. If you can't finish it, you are failing. You should read faster. You are behind. You are wasting time. You will never get it right. Hear it now. That is not you. That is conditioning. It is what reading under pressure taught your mind. It's what your first schedule. Every finish it now, every judgmental look instilled. You learned to protect yourself. You learned to pause. You learned to step back. Not because you wanted to stop, not because you weren't capable, because your brain's first job is always safety. I've said it several in our live sessions. Your brain learns safety first, storage next. Let me continue. Your brain learned safety. And right now, your brain is trying to tell you, I've been through enough tests. I just want to feel safe. That's the real story, not failure, not laziness, not weakness. It is protection. Your reading struggle is not who you are, it's what you survived. And here's the truth: when the pressure lifts, when the test disappears, when safety is restored, you will read again, easily, quickly, without fear. Hey, hi. So good to have you here, ma'am. Ezebune, so good to have you here, ma'am. Because your mind remembers what it's like to enjoy learning. This isn't a pep talk. This is seeing yourself clearly. The voice that judged you, It's not yours. The rules that made you feel small, not yours. The pressure that froze you, not yours. This is you finally meeting yourself. Safe, curious, ready. I'll be stopping here. I didn't want this live to exceed 35 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. This has been an amazing. But what do you even think about this guy I just read to you now? Just read it, teeny weeny, 2% of the whole work to you right now. How does it sound? What do you think? In one word, describe it. One word. One word. Thank you so much for joining me today. You will see me tomorrow at 1 p.m. West African time. Do not come alone. Do not come alone. And if you're yet to subscribe, just subscribe to this channel. You would see me every day sharing with you value, value, value all the time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Interesting. Thank you. I can see the comments describing the guide. Okay. All right. Nice. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. West African time. This is the Smart Talk.